ready? Oh! It's KOPN Columbia 89.5 FM, and you're right, it is Open Mic Radio. That means it must be 4 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. It is, as a matter of fact, and we're going to get it going with one from our featured artist this afternoon. This is Daniel Lutz.
Wildflowers bind the ground, down by the rushing river. Force will wear those boulders down. Me, I'm underneath my covers. Me, I'm trapped inside my brain. Up above the misty mountain, up above the rushing river, up above the bed of longing. The eagle takes the wind. The eagle takes the wind, my friend. The eagle takes the wind. It makes me think of this, my friend. Where does the eagle live in me? Say the city will be my home. She said, Danny, you're halfway pretty, but you will always be alone. Be it scorn or be it favor, be it a moment gone. But I stood before the mirror like an open-ended cavern, like a breath held in, held holding, and I barely knew my name. I barely knew my name, my friends. I barely knew my name. It makes me think of this, my friends. Where do I live in me?
All right. Lovely one to get things going this afternoon. And you're listening to it here. Welcome to the program, Open Mic Radio. Saturday, what's today? The 7th of May, 2022. Hope these are good for you out there on this lovely afternoon. Been a really nice day for once. I feel like it's been raining nonstop for the last few. But
Derby Day.
Derby Day, as a matter of fact. Sorry, Kurt, let me get your microphone on.
Derby Day.
Kentucky Derby, if you're into that. I got a horse. I got a horse right here. His name is Paul Revere, and there's a guy that says if the weather's clear. All right. Yeah, my horse is named, what was it named? Epicenter.
Epicenter.
Yeah, who do you got?
I have...
So you don't remember either.
I do. I have it right
You
here.
don't remember? You got to look at the thing.
Cyberknife.
I like that one, too. Those are both good names.
21 odds.
I see a 1-2 finish. Epicenter's Cyberknife.
I think it's going to be more like Cyberknife and then Epicenter probably, but that's just me.
All right.
We'll
anyway,
see.
It's lovely weather
right.
here in mid-Missouri, and in fact, is that window open? Yeah, I guess it is. But anyway, sun's shining and finally warm a little bit, and hope you're enjoying it out there. All right, it's Open Mic Radio. We do this every Saturday afternoon, mostly, from 4 to 6, and we have live music and interviews and talk to many of Missouri's finest musicians and bands. And we're going to do that again today, but first I will tell you that I am joined once again by my good friend Kind Kurt, providing the theme music and a lot of levity in between.
Hello, Fayette.
And Yeah, we feature awesome local and regional music and the artists who create it. And, of course, in order to do that, I need to know who you are. So this is my call to action, as they say. Get a hold of me if you have music, if you're a band, if you're an individual artist, if you're a poet, if you're, whatever. If you're an artist in general and you want to connect with somebody here at the radio station, I'd be glad to check you out and share your stuff with other people. So it's very easy to get a hold of us here. We're at kopn.org. For me personally, you can go to my own website. It's mikehagan.com. But these days, and with all the digital action going on, everybody knows how to find everyone, I think, if you really want to. So I'm pretty easy to find out there. Open Mic Radio. My name is Mike Hagan, and it's KOPN.
Help us help promote you.
Yeah, we'd love it.
You're out there.
And in fact, we do it every week. We're going to do it again this week. We've got some new music from a young man named Daniel Lutz, who's with us in the studio this afternoon. We'll get with him in just a minute. But I'm very, frankly, unfamiliar with his music. But the first song that I just heard, I loved. So that's the way we do it. You get in touch with me, and we'll figure out a way to get you on the air here and share your stuff with other people. Okay. All right. Great to be here this afternoon. Hope things are going well for you. Big thanks to TK grooving on the one mic since 2 p.m. Before that, we got Morgan Matsiga and the Motherland Jam. Incredible, awesome music from all across the continent of Africa. We have the wheel until 6 o'clock here, Kurt and I. And at 6 o'clock,
Reggae
party, Rashumba coming on the air. He'll play the best in roots rock and reggae for you until 8 o'clock, and stick around then because Chris takes the helm until 11 with Blues on Broadway. Keep it dialed in here at KOPN. Around the clock, we've got great stuff for you all the time, and this afternoon, no different, okay? All right, last week, what did we do? We had, it was just you and me. We
kind of, us.
That was great.
We played a bunch of
a bunch of local favorites, and we had a few phone calls, and just kind of chewed the fat, as we used to say. We had a great time, though. It was a fun show.
Yep.
And
good music.
Yeah, and I'll say that again, actually. If you're interested in getting in touch with us, if you have something you'd like to share, 573-443-8255, 573-443-7380. If I see that light flashing, I'll try to grab it. And if you had a good time last night, it was First Friday. There was a lot of great music happening last night, a lot of good times around Columbia and the vicinity. So,
also,
sure.
Stop Day.
Stop Day? What the hell does that mean?
Was yesterday.
What's that?
That means
I didn't. I did not stop. Well, I guess I stopped.
You stopped the classes and the party started.
Oh, all right.
Today was a little nutty on East Campus there.
Were you driving?
It was just. I would say it was a block party, but it was more like multiple block parties, all converged into one.
Well, that's good. I like to see some things haven't changed.
Square half mile of just fun.
All right. Okay, anyway, last week, fun stuff, just me and Kurt playing some stuff. And this week, though, we are back at it today with a great show. And we've got the one and only Daniel Lutz in the studio with us this afternoon. And we'll quick say hello. Hi, Daniel.
Hi, how's it going?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
Doing well.
Appreciate you coming down this afternoon.
My pleasure.
All right. I also am going to mention that Allie is in the studio with us this afternoon. And I probably will ask for a little bit of backstory here, just because Allie and I work together at the radio station. She's quite an integral piece of the puzzle here at KOPN and has been for some time. And anyway, Daniel and Allie are here with Kurt and I, and we're going to play some songs and talk to these folks a little bit and find out what's happening in their worlds. And I'll say one more thing before we get to that, just so you don't miss anything. Subscribe to the podcast if you'd like. All right, you'll never miss another show. It's real easy to do. Just go to mikehagan.com and click on the little button that says Open Mic Radio. Actually, it's a pretty big button.
A big button.
and then just subscribe to the podcast. It's cool and it's free, and like I say, you get to hear all these great musical artists that we get to come and share their stuff with us every week. All right, one more time, 443-8255, 443-7380 if you'd like to join the party. All right, today, Daniel Lutz. Welcome to the program. First things first, where are you from, Daniel?
From here.
Colombia, born and raised?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
I lived in Central America when I was a teenager. And
Interesting.
then when I came back, I lived in Chicago for a while, but I'm living here now.
I was born and raised in the Chicago area.
Oh, yeah?
How long were you in Central America?
Those were like my high school years.
Okay.
Family adventure? Your dad's in the service? What? Or he's a politician, or
Just my dad
a
and
diplomat of some sort.
Just my dad and I. He's kind of like, it's like politician meets entrepreneur or something.
Very interesting. All right. Would you? And this is not. Maybe it is music related actually, because I'm sure that you heard some stuff during those years of your life that you wouldn't have probably been exposed to if you were still here in mid-Missouri. But but before we get there, let's talk about music in your background. The first song that we played, I believe, was a cover. It's called Misty Mountain. But tell us a little bit about that song and then why you chose to do your version of it.
That song was written by a lady named Farron. She's a Canadian songwriter. I think she's pretty renowned up there. I discovered her in some obscure corner of the internet and heard that song on, like, I think an album. It was like full of demos of hers called Backed Up, and she just has these very powerful lyrics that grab you right away. And I worked on.
Give me a time frame for like that one. How is that a fairly recent song, or is that an older song, or?
My recording is in the last year or so. She recorded that in, I think it would be like the late 70s, early 80s.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So getting in the Wayback Machine.
Yeah.
Actually, not really for you and me. I mean, we were actually alive, but
that was just yesterday for me.
Right. Okay. All right. So, what about music in your background? Are you what types of instruments do you play, first of all, and then tell me a little bit about your family history, if your dad or anybody is your mother, whatever people in your background are musicians.
My dad's a guitarist, or he grew up playing guitar and was in bands, I think, around this area in Jeff City is where he's originally from.
Would anyone be familiar?
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay. Right. I won't ask.
Yeah. It's probably a good idea. But
okay. But he taught you how to play guitar, or you learned by just observing?
I think he taught me Smoke on the Water, and then after that, I was like self-taught. But then once I moved to Panama, that's when I kind of started finger picking and.
So you're a guitarist primarily?
Yeah.
What age would you have been when you first?
I had like tinkered around when I was like probably started doing that when I was like 14, and just like home 4-track recordings, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then when I learned to finger pick, that kind of like at that point I sort of stopped imitating the people I looked up to, other musicians, and kind of realized, okay, I can do something. Yeah, I realized my own ideas.
Your 4-track, was that a little like a Tascam,
something like that,
something along those lines?
Yeah.
I wish I had my old Tascam.
I think I do.
I recorded
somewhere.
some cool stuff on that way back in the day.
Yep.
Okay, so guitar only instrument, or do you play other things as well? A lot of string people like you tend to spread out a little bit. So
yeah, I mean, I'll play anything that can sort of complement, the songs, keyboard and bass, that sort of thing. But guitar is my main instrument.
Okay,
that's what I do all the writing on.
All right. I won't ask your age, but are you how long have you been performing, and how long have you been I'm guessing that this is your profession. This is what you certainly would aspire to do full time if you could.
I guess. I aspire to do it. I haven't played out a whole lot over the years. Shows have been kind of few and far between. Okay.
You are touring though with a gentleman named Luke Winslow-King.
Yeah.
And that is something that's happening relatively soon, I think, right?
Yeah, about a week we leave.
All right.
Yeah.
Where is that tour taking you?
All over the Midwest and East Coast.
Okay.
He's been doing it for, a decade at least.
Yeah,
so
he's got a little bit of history behind him for sure.
Yeah, he's established. I'm the unknown, kind of, he's allowing me to open up for him, and yeah.
That's
How
awesome.
long are you going to be on the road?
It's about a month.
Nice.
Yeah.
How did you come into contact or get hooked up with Luke?
We met about 10 years ago in New Orleans. We were both down there, and we met. He heard my music, and we kept in touch for a while, and then lost touch, and recently he just like messaged me and asked me to go on tour with him. So,
looking at his bio, he's a guy that would be pretty at home here in Columbia. I'm surprised that. Maybe he'll have a chance to come through here sometime.
Yeah, definitely.
It seems like that'd be a pretty good fit for Blue Note or Rose or something like that.
For sure.
So, okay. Do you play when you're touring? Will you be playing as an individual artist, or will you have a backup band? Or
no backup band, just me.
Just you and your guitar.
Yeah.
Well, it's a wonderful it's a wonderful way to see an artist, but it's also very exposing, as I'm sure you know, because when you've got a whole band, Kurt, you're familiar with this. Kurt is a experienced musician as well, and we got another one out here in the hallway, Dennis Freshner, who we're going to say hi to. It looks like he just stopped in to say hi, but Dennis, come on in, and we'll talk about your thing here in a minute. But when you're with a band and somebody messes up, oftentimes, unless somebody out in the crowd has a really super good ear, they can get away with it because there's a lot of things that are happening at the same time. When you're an individual artist and you're just playing an instrument or singing a cappella or whatever, you're much more open to I don't know. I don't like to use the word mistakes because.
Well, I hear it. Yeah,
but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And the artists hear them long before anybody else hears them. In fact, oftentimes people don't hear them at all. But certainly the person who wrote it and playing it, they tend to be the most critical of
musicians
of
tend to be
themselves.
their like worst critics.
Oh, it's true. I mean, and I get it. And in fact, it's good because that's why we have wonderful music. Is because artists in general are very self-critical, and they don't just say, "Oh, yeah, that's good enough."
They're always striving for perfection.
They're always trying to get it better. I play very amateur music with a friend, with whoever, but Kevin and I, play a little bit together, and he said something to me years ago that he had heard from I don't know who, but the line was, "Amateurs practice until they get it right. Professionals practice until they never get it wrong." And I thought, well, I'm definitely an amateur because I'll get a song and I figured it out one time and I move on to the next one. And but yeah, so I get it, and I'm sure that's a pretty challenging thing actually, maybe to overcome, to be on stage alone in front of a crowd and being able to handle that. Do you have any kind of?
It's a nightmare leading up to it. I mean,
butterflies and all that, or.
Yeah. I get this like adrenaline dump, and I start yawning a lot.
Interesting.
That's what I do, and I can't really communicate with anybody. But I mean, it feels really good afterwards. After you're done.
Do you have a ritual or something like that you would do like before a show to kind of prepare yourself to get ready to go and get in front of everyone?
No, I just sort of white knuckle it until the performance is over.
Okay. All right.
And I feel really good.
All right. I want to switch gears real fast and say hi to Allie and ask a little bit about your relationship with Daniel and how you met and what the story there is.
Yeah, so we've been married for just over 2 months now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Newlyweds.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
All right. Newlyweds in the house.
Yeah.
Thank you. We met at Hit Records, actually. They did that local music showcase.
No, Kyle and the gang down there are great friends.
Yep.
And we should give a shout out to Mystery Science Radio that you can hear every Saturday evening or early Sunday morning, I guess. That would mean about 10 hours from now or so, but 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. coming up this evening or tomorrow morning. You can catch Kyle and Tony and a whole host of cohorts that may show up in the middle of the night with them, and they've been doing it for years. And just awesome
on
stuff.
right before I hit the hay.
That was my original radio spot.
Wow.
In 2004. I had 2 to 5 a.m. Sunday morning, and then Carol would come in and do Jewish Spectrum. I think she still does, for God's sake. But anyway, I gave that to Kyle. I didn't give it, but I moved into Monday 11 to 2, and Kyle and Tony got 2 to 5 on Sunday morning, and they've been doing it ever since. Amazing. So, okay, so you met at Hit Records, and the rest is History.
Yeah.
Did you meet a long time ago, or did you meet like 2 months and a week ago, and you just fell in love and got married?
The latter.
Really?
Pretty much.
I love that. That's incredible. We have a sort of one of those amazing love at first meet or something like that. All right. Any more details? Like, what was the? Come on. For a story like that, you got to say, yeah, I just saw him, or I heard him, or were you playing music, Daniel, that night?
No music.
Okay.
Yeah, it was some other local people though, like Steph Foley played.
Sure. Yeah.
Who else? I can't even.
Ray Fitzgerald.
Oh, Ray Fitzgerald.
One of my absolute favorites.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely remarkable, talented woman. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I just love her. Yeah.
Mm-hmm, me too. Yep, used to work with her at Clover's Natural Market.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
And she worked at Shakespeare's a long time ago, but she's definitely been a mainstay of music around here for years. And in fact, her record from maybe 2015 or 2016, it's called "Popular Songs for Wholesome Families." It is an absolute. I mean, it's on my Desert Island 10. It's one of the best records I own, and I own a lot of them. She is remarkable. So, all right, cool. What a great place to meet.
Yeah.
In the midst of all those records and cool people.
Yeah, it was a good night.
All right. Well, look, we're going to play another song. Daniel, we've got a few of them here. Maybe I'll leave it to you. We got Kathleen, Set Sail, and Silver Bullet. What should we listen to next?
Let's set sail.
Let's do it. We're going to hear one here from Daniel Lutz. When we come back, my friend Dennis Freshner's in the house with us as well, and he's got something going on with the Chord Busters, I think, right? Okay, so we'll sneak that in. In the meantime, we'll hear one from Daniel Lutz. Tell me a little bit about Set Sail before we play it.
I guess it's a song about political reconciliation.
Fair enough. Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia, 89.5 FM. My name is Mike, and I'm glad you're with us today. This is Set Sail. It's Daniel Lutz, KOPN.org, 89.5 on the dial.
When they go to find all the rot in my mind, when they choose to see only ideology, when there's blood on the ground, merciless battleground, we finally set sail, garden of the Holy Grail. When the truth is a crime, so you won't speak your mind. When they force your feet to dance alone in retreat and guarantee the shoreman bear his forefathers' sin, be scared of your shadow. Truth is no defense. Gotta walk the line, gotta sing the rhyme. When they go to find all the rot in my mind, when they choose to see only ideology, when there's blood all around, sail, garden of the Holy Grail.
Real nice one there. That's Daniel Lutz with a song called Set Sail. That's an original tune, I'm guessing?
It is.
Tell us a little bit about when that was written and maybe a little background for it.
That recording was a rough mix of a session I did with Will Reeves.
I love Will. He'll be here on the 4th of June with me. He's got, Will is a maestro, and he does a lot of work for other people, but he also does his own stuff. And he finally released some of his own music recently. So
yeah, he was telling me about that. That's cool. Yeah, I just had like a 4-hour session, and so I had to go in to try to basically get something recorded for the road, something that felt like fresh. And so it's kind of a last-minute thing, but that's what we got.
But recently?
Yeah, a few days ago.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it sounds great. I mean, and Will's a quick worker, if nothing else. He'll get things done.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. All right, very cool. All right, we're going to switch gears real fast here and remind everyone to listen to KOP in Columbia. It's about 4:30 in the afternoon on Saturday, the 7th of May. My name is Mike Hagan, and it's Open Mic Radio. We are joined as well this afternoon. We've got Kurt and I, of course, but Daniel and Allie are with us, and got a visit from our friend, Mr. Freshner.
DR Freshner.
DR Freshner in the house. And
host of Cat Jazz Barn on Friday
Jazz
morning.
Barn, and also does a little bit of
Good Sounds of Jazz.
Sounds of Jazz as well. For those unfamiliar with your programs, Dennis, times and what you do on those programs.
Cat Jazz Barn is on at 3 a.m. Friday morning, and I do it live here.
Yeah, it's awesome, actually. Yeah.
And I've had a few phone calls during that hour.
People would be surprised, but there are people out there listening all the time.
Exactly,
right?
Long-time listeners, and it's the cool cats and sounds of jazz is a simple way to explain that.
Yeah, you get some of the old the Rat Pack and all that.
The Rat Pack, the Scatterers and Singers, Ella Fitzgerald,
sure,
and Buddy Rich. Had a recent request for Buddy Rich and Doc Severinsen.
Nice, Doc Severinsen on the horns, man. Great stuff. Okay, but you are also a musician in your own right, and you are a member of the Boonslick Chordbusters.
Right.
And every so often, you guys get out and about and do some cool stuff out there in the community. And I think you got something coming up. What's happening?
Like everyone else, we've been shut down by the virus, and
that's right.
and we just started getting back together. Back last August to go back into regular rehearsals. There's not many of us right now. We need more members. We rehearse every Tuesday evening on the campus at the Fine Arts Building on Hitt Street.
Right.
At 7 o'clock.
So we're looking. This is a recruitment conversation as well.
Well, we are down in numbers from we've been.
What would be a healthy number for the Chordbusters in your own mind?
In our mind, we would like to have as many as possible. 20, 25, 30.
Really? I was thinking that not nearly that high of a number.
No, we'd love to have that many.
Okay, all right.
As many as, So anyone out there, every Tuesday evening at 7 o'clock at the Fine Arts Building on Hitt Street. It's right across from the Memorial Student Union.
And if somebody wanted to come and check it out or participate, do they need any skills other than just some courage?
A lot of courage. You can, if you know how to sing in your shower, you can.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, if there's 25 of you, like I said, you can get away with missing a note or two.
Exactly.
25 of you out there, right?
Exactly.
So, okay. Well, and what's the nature of the Chordbusters performance art for people who aren't familiar?
The Chordbusters are barbershop a cappella singing.
Yep.
If you know the music band, the barbershop quartet, I can't think of their name right now.
But yeah, we know certainly.
But,
and you do have a performance that's coming up though relatively soon.
Exactly.
All right,
Our first performance is coming up.
First performance in quite a while. Yeah.
In quite a while is coming up 2 weeks from today. Over on the College Avenue at the Campus Lutheran Church. It's at 7 p.m.
All right. What's the date again, Dennis?
May the 22nd.
May 22nd. All right. We got a little time to promote that one, too. So about 3 weeks from now. No.
About 2 weeks.
No, 2 weeks.
2 weeks
yeah,
from today.
And it's on a Sunday. Is that right?
It's on a Saturday.
A Saturday.
Right. And we do have several songs of the chorus right now.
I think it's May 21st.
May 21st.
May 21st. Well,
right.
If it's a Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay.
21st.
Okay, just make sure people got it. May 21st, Saturday. And what time? 7 o'clock at night?
7 o'clock in the evening.
Well, we'll be on the air. Open Mic Radio will be on the air 4 to 6, so you should stop down again. Just, before you go do the show, stop down like you did today, and we'll remind people a couple weeks from now.
Okay.
So, anyway, all right. So, and the performance is like a half an hour. It's an hour. It's a whole show. Or
it's going to be a whole show. We do several numbers ourselves. There's about right now on a good week we have about 15 of us, anywhere from 12 to 15 of us.
Okay, all right.
Which is fine.
Still more than I thought. I was thinking that you guys were like 4 or 5 or something.
Four makes a quartet, and we do have several quartets in line.
Yes, because you've done that before too, and I know that I remember you used to do like the like Valentine's Day cards and stuff, and 4 or 5 of you would go somewhere and sing a song to a guy or girl, and
that was restarted just a few months ago, back in February.
That was awesome.
Our right now our premier quartet is the Hams, which is led by.
That's not Ham's beer, I don't think either. It's just...
Chuck Bay, our president, is also the bass of the Hams, and they got together and they did the Valentine's singing on Valentine's Day. They were dressed out in their tuxes and their finest.
That's awesome.
And we once again there's, like I said, there's about 15 of us on a good night, and we hope to have that many on stage, and there should be about 12 at the very minimum.
Okay.
And there's going to be a couple of more. The Hams will be performing. Another group out of St. Louis, another quartet. Our former director, Dave Carlisle, is a member of a quartet in St. Louis. He's bringing them up. And our featured quartet that evening will be a group of women who are by the name of Take 4.
Excellent. All right. Well, we'll look forward to that, Dennis. Thanks for coming down. We will have you back in a couple of weeks, and we'll remind everyone, okay? But the Boone's Lick Chordbusters, they'll be performing on the 21st of May. That's Saturday, 7 o'clock at the Lutheran Church.
Campus Lutheran Church on College Avenue.
On College Avenue. And that'll be a fun show. They're a lot of fun. And if you'd like to get involved, Tuesday nights, right?
Tuesday nights, 7 o'clock.
All right. Sounds good. All right, Dennis. Thanks, man. All right, that is D.R. Freshner, host of Cat Jazz Barn and Good Sounds of Jazz, also a longstanding member of the Boone's Lick Chordbusters, doing great stuff around town for a long, long time, and another stalwart here at the radio station for a hell of a long time. Have you been to the new place yet, real quick?
No, I haven't.
Well, I think it's
I need to get
coming
out.
together.
I need to get out there.
Yeah, well, that's going to be... That's going to be something else. It's amazing, actually.
That's what I hear.
Yeah. So
I like his voice.
Yeah, he has got a really cool voice. He's great on the air, too, especially in the middle of the night. It sounds like super soothing. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Okay, so back to Daniel Lutz. Daniel is a touring musician. He's going to be on the road here relatively soon with Luke Winslow-King, and we'll talk a little bit about that tour and where they're going to be playing, and some of the conversations maybe between Luke and yourself. I'm actually very curious about what that might entail. I mean, is it just management people, or do you ever actually talk to the other artists themselves if you're opening, or vice versa? You know, this is just off the side of my head, but Kurt and I were talking earlier that Reverend Horton is going to, and we'll do a quick rundown of things around 5 about what's happening in the
They're
next.
They're going to be here on the
so.
13th, Friday the 13th.
But like our friends, the Hoot and Hollers,
Lucky
did like 4 or 5 shows with Horton a year or two ago, and I'm always curious, if you're interacting directly with the other band, or if it's more of a management thing and you just show up and do your part or whatever. But anyway, we'll talk about that afterwards. Let's play one from Luke Winslow-King. Do you have anything that we might check out?
I like Lisa's song.
Okay. All right. This is Luke Winslow-King, and this is from an album that's called Lisa's Song. I guess this is the title track.
It's actually from an album that was released yesterday.
Oh, so maybe this is just a single.
I believe so, yeah.
I see. All right, so brand new stuff then from Luke Winslow-King, and he'll be touring with our guest this afternoon, Daniel Lutz. They'll be going on the road relatively soon. What'd you say again?
May 15th.
May 15th. All right, we'll check this one out from Luke Winslow-King, come back and chat a little bit more with Daniel. It's Mike, and you're listening to Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia, 89.5 FM, and we are streaming always on the web at kopn.org. Hope things are good for you out there.
After you have gone to sleep, we will place a stone at your head and at your feet. Listen to the rail car rolling down the track. The lonely whistle told me that you ain't coming back. Hear the engine coming, no, you're not alone. It's come to bring your sister, it's come to bring you home. Know that when you get there, there will be no pain, and there will be no worry left upon your brain. I remember what you told me, I remember what you said, and when I held your hand, you were lying in your bed. So I will keep it with me everywhere I go, and try to give a little to everyone I know. 'Cause you're in every song now, you're in everything I do. And when I feel I'm sinking, I will reach for you. dig it wide and dig it deep, and we will tell the children that you have gone to sleep. Hear the rails are singing, listen to the song, singing we will be together, together before long. Hear the rails are singing, listen to the song, singing we will be together, together before long.
All right, there's one from Luke Winslow-King. It's called Lisa's Song. And let me say quickly that this program is brought to you by Adrian Luther Murals and Design. Adrian Luther specializes in custom art and interior and exterior murals at private residences and businesses. You can view her work at Cafe Berlin, awesome actually, on West Worley, or at Flat Branch Park. More information about Adrian's commission work and her portfolio are available at adrianluther.com or on social media at Adrian E. Luther. All right, we just heard one there from Luke Winslow-King, a newly released song, actually, called Lisa's Song. And we are in the studio this afternoon with Daniel Lutz, who will be touring with Mr. Luke Winslow-King beginning on May 15th. Where's that first date?
I don't know.
Talk to my manager, he says. Okay, that was the question before the song. Do you know Luke Winslow-King? You guys are like how did you set up the tour, and do you talk to him, or is it all management arranges this? Do you have a manager? Is Ali, are you his manager?
No.
Basically.
I do what I can.
I bet. I mean, she'd be a damn good one, I think, knowing what she does here at the station. So
really
okay, all right, but give us a background of you and Luke and how that happened.
Yeah, he's got management and all that. They're kind of handling all the details.
Right.
So I've talked to them a little bit, and me and Luke talk. And
but you guys met back in the day, or something?
Yeah, we met over 10 years ago, and so I think we just wanted to hang out, go on tour, record together for a while, and so it's time, I guess.
Very cool. Yeah. What do you know about him? How well do you know him?
I don't really know him that well. We met each other once in New Orleans, like over 10 years ago. And
in a music situation?
Yeah, it was like a local arts project down there. It was called the Music Box, and there was all these pieces of construction that were, you're supposed to be able to play each sort of structure as a musical instrument. It was kind of like a tree house that was just one big musical instrument.
Interesting.
And there was like a lot of interesting musicians and artists that came through while I was down there, and so it was cool. It was nice to meet a lot of different people there.
Right. All right, so let's talk a little bit about songwriting. You are an individual performer, so I'm guessing that. Well, I'm not guessing, but you're obviously not putting time into arranging the band. It's all about your own songs and your own presentation of those songs and working out the guitar, etc., or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me a little bit about songwriting and how you approach it. And are you a prolific songwriter?
No,
that type of thing.
Not at all.
Okay.
I'm slow and steady.
Slow and steady.
It takes me a long time to complete music. I'd say like the guitar is the fastest thing, coming up with guitar melodies and sort of finishing an arrangement. Lyrics is it's like a dreaded thing. It takes forever, and I think a lot of people can relate to that. But
so it's
that's sort of what the
more of a
hang-up
melody
is.
First, and then the lyrics follow once you get kind of the.
Yeah, definitely. The guitar, the vocal melody, everything comes before the lyrics, and then I just sort of obsess about the lyrics for...
Do you have a favorite guitar that you write with?
I write with an older Ovation steel string.
Interesting. Okay.
I think they have a great sound.
Still sounds great.
Yeah,
they
those
do.
early Ovations were beautiful guitars, yeah.
They do.
Then do you switch it up when you're recording, or do you tend to stick with the Ovation?
I'll record with that, but I like ribbon mics, and nylon strings sound really good on a ribbon mic, so I've done more of that.
Okay.
In terms of other arrangements or band stuff, it's like I have parts that I write for these songs. It's hard to find a band. I don't really know. Like, that's kind of something I just I use computer software to sort of emulate real people, and so that's how I write.
You're not the only one,
right?
Certainly. How do you record?
I'll record, like, it's kind of a tool for writing, basically, like, because I don't really trust my own ability to record and engineer and all that, but I will just, basically through MIDI, which is just like a means to record, synthesizers or orchestral instruments or anything you want with your computer. So that's just how I like write parts for the song. And yeah, that's all I'll write, vocal melodies or harmonies and all different kinds of stuff.
All right. Do you... I have a note here about language and writing, and obviously a well-written song, there are linguistic skills that people may not understand sometimes, and the way words work together and the way a song can start and finish. Do you obsess about language?
I mean, phonetics is almost like the first thing. Like, if the words don't sound, comfortable being sung, like rolling off the tongue, it's like I sort of just abandon it. Even if it's like, well, that's the perfect word, it just might not sound good in a song. I mean, I think there's a lot of words that just have no business being in a song. So it's a struggle, and I'm not particularly articulate or great at coming up with words. So it's like, for me, it's like I feel like I have to wait until until it just dawns on me, like till I have some sort of like revelation of an understanding of like some sort of process about life, and then I'm like, okay, I think this is the closest I'm gonna get to like saying
what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Do you have do you ever record notes on your phone or everything? Like say you're doing something, you're not performing or practicing, but all of a sudden a lyric comes to you, or you get a click. Oh, this is how I can finish that one line. How do you hold that stuff?
Yeah, I've always carried around a voice recorder, and I've accumulated thousands of voice notes. So most of them I'll never listen to again, I'm sure. But
I think I've got plenty that I deleted or never heard of after I said it. But okay. I know you're a teacher as well, but before we go there, I would like to ask you about inspiration. Not only artists that you enjoy, although I would like to hear, some of the people that you like to listen to, but also inspiration, not from other artists, but just how are you inspired, by nature or by your love of Allie or whatever it might be.
That's tricky. I think really culture is a big influence now. I mean, I think the last, like, I don't know, with the dawn of just like, rampant internet use and everyone being very tuned into like what's happening.
The availability of information.
Yeah, I can't avoid it as much as I'd like to avoid it, and as much as I think it's sort of maybe worse than or the negatives outweigh the positives or something. It's
I mean, it's for years psychologists and sociologists were telling us, hey, images and words and thoughts can make you happy and make you feel great. And I'm like, yeah, they can also make you sick. It's like, and there's a lot of it out there, and we're being pummeled from all directions, it seems like. So there's definitely a challenge there for everyone, I think, just with the overwhelming amount of information and, God, just trying to figure out what's what,
Yeah, I mean, it's a really powerful tool for sort of witnessing human nature, and it, you see it on full display. And, I mean, it's difficult to, like, sort of translate that into some kind of truth that's useful. I think the temptation is to sort of have it explain more than it's capable of explaining, if that makes any sense.
All right. Okay. UC Music teaching.
Yeah, just since late last year.
Is that a new program?
UC Music is a new music school. We're located on East Broadway, over by the Clovers there.
Okay. Over there by the UPS and everything that's up on the right-hand side. Okay.
Yeah. If you just search.
What part of the building is that in? Is it? I'm just trying to picture it.
It's on the basement level of that office building.
Okay.
That's kind of next to it. I know where you're talking, a little bit to the east of there.
Right. Exactly.
Okay. Pretty decent space.
It's a decent space. Yeah. It's newer. We need to work on the overhead lighting, but other than that, it's
don't we all?
It's great, yeah. But yeah, I'm teaching guitar there and ukulele and something called the Lug, which is for like kiddos if they're just starting out. So
it's a string instrument.
Yeah. It's
What's
it's
the
just
youngest that you teach?
I teach a 5-year-old right now.
On the Lug.
On the Lug. And
not the luge, which you would ride down a mountain.
Right.
Let's just be clear. Yes.
Right.
Okay. All right. Or this is you play that while you're riding.
Right.
No. Okay. Maybe not.
But yeah, so I have a lot of beginning students, but I'm also looking to take on students who are more interested in like finger picking, folk, that sort of tradition.
What's the background of UC Music? Who's operating that project?
It's owned and operated by my friend Uriah Carter. He also works at VU, so he spends all his spare time, putting it into UC Music. It's a new business, but we're gaining clients pretty quickly. Students, that is.
How would one go about contacting you all to?
You could just
give a
search
lesson or sign someone up, or
if you want to search UC Music, Columbia, Missouri. It'll come up, all our information is there, yeah.
We need a good music school. For a few years, and it was really cool. Remember when Wes Wingate was running the one over there on Walnut across from Ernie's? I think it was just called Columbia School of Music or something like that. And the Bridge was the bar that was the venue that was right next door, and they would have live performances there, and it was a regular. That was an excellent place actually to see music.
Yep. Great music.
And right next door was the Columbia School of Music, and in fact that's where my youngest son learned how to play piano, and it's how my oldest son learned how to play the drums. And I was real sad when they closed that. So I think that's fantastic news that we've got a new music school in town. You can't have too many of those. Is it full range music? They can learn other instruments as well?
We don't have a piano teacher yet. Right now it's stringed instruments and a drum set. So,
all right.
Drums, guitar, bass.
And who's teaching drums?
I believe his name is Michael. I don't know his last name. I don't cross paths with the other teachers too much, but yeah.
Okay, yeah, you don't run the place. He's like, I'm just teaching guitar, okay?
Drums, guitar, and bass. You got a 3-piece.
Exactly.
There you go.
Yeah. All right. Well, that sounds awesome. And all right, so we got another music school in town, UC Music. Check them out if you've got aspirations of your own, or maybe for your children if you want to teach them how to play some songs. Okay, we got a few minutes before the top of the hour. Let's play one more from. No, I only have 2 more from Daniel, so I want to save those, and I'm going to play one more from the gentleman that he's going to be touring with, Luke Winslow-King. And I'm going to play a song that has very few listens because I like the deep cut kind of stuff. So,
is this another of the new release?
No, I believe this is an older one. It's a song that's called "If These Walls Could Talk," and it's from an album that was released very recently. So, yeah, it is actually relatively new. But once again, Luke Winslow-King. If These Walls Could Talk. We'll come back and talk with Daniel Lutz a little bit more, and we've got Kurt in the house with us.
And Daniel's beautiful
Dennis,
wife.
Oh, absolutely. Allie's still here, and Dennis is hanging around with us as well. Allie, are you a musician?
I play guitar a little bit, and Daniel's taught me a bit more. He's taught me finger picking.
All right, we may have to revisit that in a minute here, but let's hear this one from Luke Winslow-King. This is a song called "If These Walls Could Talk," and you're listening to it here. It's Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia, 89.5 FM, and we're on the web at kopn.org.
If these walls could talk, they'd speak of all the love we've shared. They tell of all the dreams we've dared to dream, strange as it may seem. We both knew that there could come a day. We set it free and we said come what may. Now you're safe back here with me. If these walls could sing, they'd bear witness to divinity. They know all of that has moved between you and me. Now I finally see how to give you every part of me. We braved across a raging sea, found peace upon the other shore. If these walls could hear, they'd listen to all we did see. They'd realize that we are mere vessels for the love that flows. Walls could say how I adore you morning, night and day. Tell you everything's gonna be okay, now that our love's here to stay. Now I finally know how to give you every part of me. Across a raging sea and found peace upon the other shore. If these walls could talk, they'd speak of all the love we've shared. They'd tell of all the dreams we've dared to dream, strange as it may seem. We both knew that there could come a day. We set it free and we said come what may. Now I'm so grateful for the very day that led you safe back here with me.
All right. It's KOPN Columbia 89.5 FM, and you're listening to Open Mic Radio. It is about 5 o'clock on Saturday, the 7th of May. And, yeah, I just had a caller that mentioned that he enjoyed the music, and I appreciate that they're enjoying the music, but also that we talk a lot. But that's part of the show here. We like to learn a little bit about the artists as well.
Like to pick people's brains.
Yeah, I mean that's part of the thing. Well, I do get it though. I know the music's so good that you want to hear more of it, and they're like, God, I wish Hagan would just shut up. Anyway, all right, Luke Winslow-King. That's part of the deal. Kurt, what's happening?
Sir.
What's happening around town tonight? What's happening? It's 5 o'clock. Let's talk about what's happening around town this weekend and the next few days.
All right, well, tonight at the Blue Note, we got the K-pop dance party with
K-pop?
DJ Requiem.
Hey, DJ, that's Alex. He's been on the program, and he should come. We've been trying to get him back, but anyway, scheduling.
Tickets are only $5, and the doors open at 9 at the same time that the show begins, apparently.
Well,
they're just going to open and go.
All right, open and go.
Yeah.
All right.
And then this Friday, May 13th, lucky May 13th, Reverend Horton Heat.
Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th, yep.
Horton Heat back in Columbia. All
Another
right.
great three-piece right there.
With Coffin Cats.
That is true.
Yeah.
Yes. So that is...
next Friday?
That is next Friday, yeah. The only thing the Blue Night's got going on is tonight at the K-pop dance party.
All right.
I can see. And then at the Rose, We have tonight the Lotus in Bloom. Celebration of Asian American and Pacific Islander culture in Colombia.
Cool.
Yes.
That's one that I feel like that's the first time I've heard that one. I mean, there's a lot of things that are
and that's
annuals,
been going on. That apparently that started at 1:00. So
dang. All right. So they've been probably out at Rose Park then, huh?
Yes, I would take on a day like this. I would think so. I would hope they are.
All right,
Yes.
that's probably still happening then. Lotus in
Yep.
Bloom, celebration of Asian American and Pacific Islander culture right here in Columbia.
Yes.
Right on.
And next Friday, again, Friday the 13th, at Rose is, I'm not sure if this is Bass Odyssey or Bass Odyssey. It might have a lot of different fish. You never know. Fish are always involved.
I'm guessing Bass Odyssey, but hey, you
Okay.
never know. We are in mid-Missouri. It is bass fishing time, too. So
Anyway, that's with special guest Dropja out of St. Louis and local support from Drip.
Drip.
I'm not familiar
Or is
with
it Dr.
them.
IP?
Dr. IP, well, it says Drip here. So
right.
you never know.
You
And then
never do.
Saturday, actually, at the Rose.
Oh, that's the one we want to talk about.
Saturday, the Slaps.
A week from today.
A week from today, the Slaps are at Rose. They're out of Chicago. And special guest, our friend Kyron Penrose and the Overdraft Chargers, as well as Tri-County Liquidators.
Yeah, Kyron and his band will be opening for the Slaps, really cool Chicago band. And Kyron and that new project, sort of a country sort of angle to it. And that'll be a good one.
So you got to see that. Oh, and actually, hey, I think I'm a little remiss here.
And we're going to be off the air next Saturday because we got Big Cat Matt. Otherwise, we would talk about that show then. So we got to talk about it now.
Yeah. And then, hold on here. Thursday, because since we're going to be off the air, we also need to promote at the Rose on Thursday, May 19th, your favorite and mine, Ray Fitzgerald and Maxito Lindo.
Oh, Maxito Lindo.
Maxito Lindo.
Yeah.
And the Ripped Jeans.
Yeah. All right. That is, it's about a week and a half away, but because we're not going to be on the air next week and won't be able to talk about it, yeah. Thursday, the 19th of May, Ray Fitzgerald, Maxito Lindo, and the Ripped Jeans. That's at Rose, 7 o'clock doors, 8 o'clock show. And if you've never, Maxito Lindo's fantastic. If you don't know Ray, she's absolutely remarkable. And I'm not familiar with
Great
the Ripped
artist.
Jeans, but that'll be a hell of a show, I got a feeling.
And then to get back to our present day, you still got time. Well, let's see.
What's happening at
It's
Cooper's?
about
Aren't the Howlers out there right now?
5 o'clock. Yeah, their set's supposed to end right about now. The
all right.
Boone Howlers at Cooper's Landing. And then, but you still got time definitely to get down. You might be able to catch the end of their show. And then at 6 o'clock from 6 to 9 is the Flood Brothers.
Excellent. Flood Brothers tonight at Cooper's.
Yep.
A wonderful night to be down by the river.
And then one of my favorite places that's kind of recently, redone everything through.
Dive Bar.
The Dive Bar, yeah. That
Yeah.
took time during the COVID days to actually really
Yeah, they did it up. Turned that whole patio
turn it into a
into
real nice thing. Anyway, we've got Naked Basement.
Naked
It's
Basement.
playing from, I believe, 8 to 10, I believe.
Anybody know anything about Naked Basement?
Naked Basement?
No.
No, but there's a show at Stevens Park at 7, put on by, I think you guys are sponsoring it, aren't you?
Is it Dismal Niche?
Yeah.
And just,
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Yeah, that's
And that starts at 7?
Yeah, I believe so. It's Circuit des U, yeah?
Days you, I think.
Yeah,
Circuit des Yeux.
right. But that's
Dismal
worth seeing.
Niche is an awesome project, as a matter of fact. They are the brains behind the Columbia Experimental Music Festival that happens every October, November, I guess it is. But over the course of the year, they have all kinds of great shows, and usually in unlikely venues. As Daniel and Allie mentioned tonight, 7 p.m. at Stevens Lake Amphitheater, Circuit des Yeux, I think. I guess it's, and plus the Onishi and the Bays Duo. So
And that's a great night to go out
I'm
and see that.
telling you,
And a great
and-
venue, too.
And
Outdoor,
okay,
it's perfect night for
his
that.
name escapes me. The guy that runs Dismal Niche. He was here.
His name's Matt Crook.
Matt Crook. He's a genius, and he does incredibly cool stuff. And whoever's involved, along with Matt, the Dismal Niche Project is awesome, and they get great music. Very, very cutting edge stuff that they bring here to Columbia, and I wouldn't be surprised if that Columbia Experimental Music Festival becomes, Columbia's kind of like that. We like our festivals here, and True False became quite a thing. I think Jane Doe's on the radar of a lot of people. There are a few other ones, but I wouldn't be surprised if this one gets a little bit of traction over the next few years, because they're doing really cool stuff. That's Dismal Niche, or Dismal Niche, depending on how you pronounce it. And you can find them on the web, at Facebook, etc. But check out that Columbia Experimental Music Festival. Great stuff, and they'll be doing that again at the end of the year. Okay.
And then one more on your way, regardless of where you're going, but if you're headed down to Cooper's to see the Flood Brothers, you got time to stop at Pierpont General
Pierpont
Store.
Sure.
Yeah, actually, and see Okra Tiger, I believe.
Okra Tiger
from 6 to 8.
Okay, another band I'm not familiar with.
Catch them, and
I love all these bands that we're not familiar with, because that means we got more potential artists to join us here on the show.
I just can't be everywhere at once, but I try.
I thought you were a multi-personality.
Actually, I am. You know me well enough to know that's true.
All right. So what else? I think that's about it. I wish we had more venues to talk about. We need more live music venues here.
We do. I looked up the East Side, and I'm
sure it's karaoke
once in a while, but it's karaoke.
Yeah, they do karaoke, and that's a lot of fun too.
Which is fun, yeah. So you go be your own band tonight.
Be your own band.
That's right.
All right, it's Mike, and you are listening to Open Mic Radio on KOPN Columbia, 89.5 on the FM dial.
We're talking, but we're going to give you some more music here.
We are going to have some music in just a minute here. I want to mention that next week we will be gone, as we normally are, on the second Saturday of every month, and you can hear some of the most awesome rockabilly. There's a new brand of music. Rockabilly.
That's good.
Rockabilly. Anyway, Rockabilly
I was
music.
born with
Big Cat Matt
Rockabilly.
Dill. And the Rockabilly Corner with Big Cat Matt. That'll be next Saturday, 4 to 6. And then we'll be back with you on the 21st with a band called The Brink. And then on the 28th, we've got Will Reeves. And on the 4th of June, who do we got? I think it was Drona? No.
D-Rona.
Anyway, we got a lot of cool stuff coming up. All right, we're going to play another song from Daniel Lutz, and it is called Kathleen. Can we play? Is that cool?
Is this another recently recorded one?
This is a Townes Van Zandt cover that's
Love Townes
probably
Van
a couple
Zandt.
years old.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We before we play it though, because I'll forget. You were mentioning we were talking about influences before, and you didn't really talk about other artists that you like. That you like. Townes is one of them.
He's one of them. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm in love with a gal named Judy Sill. She's from the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Well, here's one. Here's one that's a Townes Van Zandt cover. It's a song called Kathleen. Is it an older one? He's been around for a long time.
Yeah,
so.
it's another old one.
Okay. All right. We'll check it out, and we'll come back with Daniel Lutz. We've got Allie in the studio with us. We got Dennis here, and buddy kind of Kurt. It's Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia.
It's plain to see the sun won't shine today, but I ain't in the mood for sunshine anyway. Maybe I'll go insane. I've got to stop the pain. Maybe I'll go down to see Kathleen. Maybe I'll go down. A swallow comes to tell me of her dreams. She says she'd like to know just what they mean. And I feel like I could die as I watch her flying by. ride the north wind down. The stars hang high above the ocean's roar. The moon has come to lead me to her door. There's crystal across the sand. The waves, they take my hand. Soon I'm gonna see my sweet Kathleen. Soon I'm gonna see my sweet Kathleen.
Wow. Haunting stuff there from Mr. Daniel Lutz. What a lovely song. Man.
Daniel, you have a beautiful voice.
Does he not have an incredible voice? Holy smokes. And great songwriting, too. When was... Okay, that was... refresh.
That was Townes.
That's Townes Van Zandt, and that was originally recorded a long time ago. When did you actually do your version of that one?
That was in the last couple years or so.
Okay. Wow.
Just a home
really,
recording. Yeah.
Really, really nice. All right, we've got Daniel Lutz with us just for a few more minutes, and I got a couple things I want to ask him before we let him on his way here. But you can get a hold of him online, easy, I'm sure, and he'll be touring with Luke Winslow-King from May 15th through mid-June at least.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
I'm sure you told me where that first show was, but I forgot.
It's
no, you didn't know.
Suburb of Chicago.
All right, somewhere in the Chicago area.
In front of me, I forgot.
All right,
yeah.
that's cool. And how
bunch
are you,
of them coming up.
What are you doing for travel? Are you just hopping in your car and?
Yep. I've had friends help me introduce me to other friends who I'm staying with, so I've only got about 2 dates where that are up in the air, and I might have to get a hotel room.
Hey,
but I've got
great.
a lot of generous
Nothing like having
people
friends
helping
out there in the world. I'll tell you that much.
It's true.
How you do
Right?
it.
That is the truth.
That is how you do it.
That's what you used to do.
That's
right?
Yes.
I mean,
I've slept on many floors, many couches, and I've been appreciative of all of them.
That's right. All right. Last question, Daniel. We talk about gear a lot on the program with musicians, and I know you're probably not much from an amplification type of guy, but I bet you have a couple nice guitars and maybe some other instruments. What do you like to play, and tell me a little bit about some of your favorite instruments.
Well, I've got an Ovation. That's kind of the best I can do.
We know you write on that one, the one that you like to write on, yeah?
I've got a couple cheap nylon strings. The one I predominantly play, I picked up in a Tucson Goodwill for $30, and I know it was made in Mexico in like the 70s. So
see, that's that Central American connection coming out.
Right, exactly.
Probably one of the best guitars you've ever owned, too, isn't it?
It is. It is.
Not always
you
about
can
the
find
money.
some gems, yeah, exactly.
Not always about the money.
I'm kind of like all or nothing. Like I want the cheapest thing, and I want to make that sound good, or I want the thing that's $10,000 and kind of out of my reach.
Okay, so what's the one if I could snap my fingers and it would appear in your lap today?
I don't know. Like I don't have like a brand
right
per se, but there is a site called Dream Guitars.
Well, because Mike can do that. You know that, right? He is
not
Magic
quite
Mike
yet.
after all.
Magic Mike isn't quite on the scene yet, but I am aspiring.
It's a site that just sells like these boutique guitars that are pretty rare and
that's awesome.
Extremely expensive, but just gorgeous. It comes across in the demos they put out. But yeah, I'm content with my cheap guitars for now.
All right. Well, we will leave it at that and tell people once again that Daniel and Luke Winslow-King will be touring from May 15th through the middle of June out on the East Coast as well. And we've got people that listen to this program all around the country. So if anybody's out there and happen to be in the area when you're coming through, do you have a social media outlet of any kind where people can maybe see where as you're rolling along where you're going to be?
Yeah, if you're interested in learning anything more about me, I've got a YouTube and a Facebook, Instagram. That's all Daniel Lutz Music. If you're interested in attending one of our shows coming up, you can go to LukeWinslowKing.com to see the dates that I've forgotten, and also purchase tickets there.
All right. Well, it sounds like you got a great adventure ahead of you, my friend.
I do.
All right.
And hopefully you guys will make your way there here. Back,
At some point.
Back into Columbia.
I think.
I imagine you'll be back here. Allie's going to be upset if you don't come back. He'll be like, I'm out. Hey,
Well, it's a
me and Luke. Okay. Well, thank you for coming down, and we'll leave folks with one last song. It's called Silver Bullet. Why don't you give us a little background on this song?
It's a personal song. It's one I wrote a while back. Another one I sort of took a while to write. There's a bassoon sample throughout the song, so I'm looking for a bassoon player if anyone knows.
All right.
Knows one.
Get this one done on stage.
Yeah.
Right. All right. This is one last one from Daniel Lutz. We've been enjoying his company this afternoon, and you can catch him on the road one more time with Luke Winslow-King. All right. It's Mike, Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia. This is Silver Bullet.
But it won't starve me in my home. Silver bullet, edge of town, was a ballroom. Mom went out, woke me up from my sleep. The jealous boyfriend likes to drink. We all have demons to be defined, not without reason, materialize. Mother was your only friend. Sides the knife somewhere hidden. Go in your bedroom, go in your head. Talk to the mirror, I know what it says. Why you can't leave him, who will pay the rent? You were taught to enable chaotic events. If you don't leave him, you deserve when you're hit. You sent me to my room where I listened through the vent. The freezer can fuss, but it won't starve me in my home. I've stopped listening as I lay awake and chase phosphenes, given a motto that love is neglect. Boiled phantoms, symbols of death.
Awesome stuff.
Great song.
That is Daniel Lutz, a song called Silver Bullet. Thrilled to have him here with us this afternoon. I hope you have a great tour and a great time with Luke, and look forward to hearing more from you when you come back.
Appreciate it, Mike. Thanks for having us.
We'll get you back here and next time around when you've got some new stuff for us or you want to come and say hi or whatever. Okay?
Definitely.
All right, Daniel. Thanks again for coming down. Allie, love you as always.
Yep,
We got a big project here at KOPN. We're moving into a new space very, very shortly. Allie's been... Well, she's been holding the fort down here.
I'm doing my best.
and we appreciate all the support of everybody out there that thinks about us here at KOPN. So, all right,
safe travels on the tour, Daniel.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
All right, Kurt, what else we got? We I need to do the thing
got
for
some
Dismal Niche, as a matter of
announcements.
fact. Hold on, yeah. Yeah, we were just talking about Dismal Niche, so I will mention this, that on Saturday, July 9th, at Stevens Lake Amphitheater, Dismal Niche, the We Always Swing Jazz Series and KOPN present New York City jazz duo Anteloper, comprised of trumpeter Jamie Branch and drummer Jason Nazary. This will be the final event in the Dismal Niche Illuminations Summer Series, leading up to the Columbia Experimental Music Festival, which I spoke of earlier, which comes in November. More information and tickets can be found at dismalniche.com. All right.
But there's a show going on at Stevens today, right?
Yeah.
As well.
Yes, that is.
It starts at around 6. Is that right? 6 or 7?
Oh, I think it's 7. But what did I say? I'll tell you again real fast here. Cirque du You with Onishi and bass duo. Tonight, 7 p.m. at the Stevens Lake Amphitheater. Oh, yeah, we've got, just grab that jump drive out of there for him. Oh, I don't care if it was removed incorrectly. See you later, Daniel. All right. Tonight at Stevens Lake Amphitheater, Cirque du You.
Many events around town.
I wonder if I
it's
can
a
find,
perfect night for that.
Let's see if I can find a song from Cirque du You.
That would be great. It's a perfect night to get out.
Circle jerks, that's not what we want. Oh, wait.
Another good band, though.
They were really good.
They're a good band.
Yeah. All right, we digress. Cirque du You. We're going to play one from a band that is performing this evening at the Stevens Lake Amphitheater, and this is one from Cirque du You called Black Fly. Me and Kurt will get our act back together here, and we'll come back and chat with you in a few minutes.
Good luck with that.
And enjoy this one in the meantime.
Nobody said it was easy, but it was so easy to stand alone. The breeze in my hair, the wind in my hair, black fly coming round the bend. Is it a hard eye you're looking for, or a 24-hour in store? Like a black fly. It's a two-way street. They're always talking about, and you're coming up straight. Oh,
we'll just leave this music on in the background for a minute and say hello to whoever might be calling us here. It's Open Mic Radio. Hi, who's this?
Hello.
Hello, hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I was just calling. One, you all are doing a great job. 2 ages ago, I used to do a show on KOPN, but what I was calling about, I moved away from Columbia.
Uh-huh.
Where is Rose Park located in Columbia?
Oh, that's the old Mojo's for you. Remember where Mojo's?
Oh, right downtown.
Yeah, right off of Park.
Park
down there.
and 10th.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
They ended up.
You're right.
They ended up naming that. They ended up changing the name of that after Forrest Rose, that dude who was such a great poet and songwriter from these parts. And yeah. All right, where you calling from?
Well, I'm down in Jeff City now, but
They've got a great venue.
You know,
It's a great venue, I have to say. You can go indoors, but like on a night like tonight, they'll be outside. I'm
Which
sure.
one?
At the Rose. You're talking about
Rose.
Rose. Is that what you were talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
but
want to make sure I'm part of the same conversation.
I was thinking in Jeff City. Do you ever get to see live music down there in Jeff City?
not much. I mean, every now and then they'll do a jazz festival at the Capitol once a year, or they'll do...
And they do a blues jam now and again.
Hey, aren't the Mavericks down there tonight, or was that last night? The Mavericks, I believe.
I don't know.
They're in Jeff City.
I know Government Mule's playing down there sometime soon.
I think that's tonight, I believe. Yeah. I'll try to find out.
All right, dude. Well, I appreciate the call. Hope you're doing well down there. You hang tough and enjoy the music, okay?
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Thanks for calling in.
Take care.
Walking in a straight line, out of space, out of time, looking for the sign, out of sight, out of mind. If it's good for you, then it's good for me. If it's good for you, then it's good for me.
there's a couple from Cirque du You. You can hear them this evening tonight at the Stevens Park Amphitheater. Cool stuff, man.
Oh, yeah.
Right? I'm telling you, these
Like
Dismal
that.
Niche folks, they got it together. They are coming up with some really, really cool stuff.
I love it.
All right, I think I'm going to play one more from them on the way out of here because we're going to boogie a little bit early this afternoon because you and I want to catch the Kentucky Derby. So we
Got to
will
get me another mint julep. You know that.
let's do
Mint
do
julep
that.
day.
But we have sort of a new segment that we're going to try out for the show. It's like This Day in History or something like that, right? Didn't you come up with a couple of things that had happened?
Well, I know you being fond of, drumming or whatever. I thought
do.
we'd
I
go
love-
with that.
I love-
So
love
today
that.
we've got 4 birthdays we're celebrating.
Okay.
That I know of.
Right.
I'm sure there's
Yeah, I'm
more.
sure there's a lot more.
I'm sure there's more birthdays, and of
Right.
course it's always my unbirthday. I think it's your unbirthday today too, right?
No.
You get 365 or 364 unbirthdays.
Oh, it is my
And only one
One
birthday
birthday.
a year. So I celebrate the unbirthdays more than I do. The Mad Hatter taught me something, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, today we are celebrating the birthday of Matt Helders, the drummer for the English rock band, the Arctic Monkeys.
I like the Arctic Monkeys.
I do too. That's a good one, right? See, he was born in 1986. He's just a young
pup. Yep.
Young fella, yep. And then moving on from that, 1950, born today, Prairie Prince, drummer for The Tubes.
Ha!
You remember?
Fee Waybill and the
Remember She's a
Tubes.
Beauty?
Yeah.
I love that.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I like the Tubes.
Yeah.
They were sort of chill punk from the 80s or whatever. They weren't too extreme, but they were
Like
actually
late 70s, early 80s.
Yeah.
It would have been early 80s, definitely. Oh, yeah. Back when I was, well,
Yeah. All right, what else? Anything else?
Anyway, yes. And then from there, we got 2 other birthdays, actually, the same age. Unfortunately, one is not with us anymore.
Yeah.
One is, but the first one, Jerry Noland, the drummer from the New York Dolls.
I'm not familiar. Were they a punk band?
They were big
The
in
Dolls, or were they called the New York Dolls?
The New York Dolls.
All right.
Yeah. You see
So I
them
remember
on
the Dolls.
Saturday Night Live, and I can't remember the lead singer's name right now. He was somebody out there probably knows. He was did a bunch of movies too.
Yeah.
And
All
I
right.
should know more, but obviously I've had
Yeah, we know. We know.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
We know. All right. So,
my mint julep from a little while ago is preventing me from coming up with the name
Yes,
at
yeah,
the
short-term
moment. That's all right.
memory loss.
And then, of course,
that
my
and that
favorite,
crystalline THC.
one of my favorite drummers of all time. Definitely very influential. Today, turning 70, what would it be, 74, I believe.
Okay. Who?
Bill Kreutzmann.
Oh,
the
hell
Grateful
yeah.
Dead.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Incredible.
And I have seen him play many times.
All right.
And enjoyed all of them.
All right. Well, that's what's happened.
So we
today.
should end with just put on a Drums in Space or something.
No, wait, man. I'm
for the next,
going to play a Ray Fitzgerald song.
That would take us halfway through.
And then we're going back to
Ross Shumba
automation.
set, though.
And then Ross Shumba will come and join you in 20 minutes or so with a reggae party. Yeah. And he also got Chris with Blues on Broadway coming on 8 to 11 tonight, okay? All right, it's Mike and Kurt, and it's been a fun afternoon. Hope you're all doing well out there. Enjoy the rest of the night. Get
Thanks
down
for
and see
sharing
some
your
music.
afternoon with us.
Yeah, Cooper's tonight. You got the Flood Brothers starting at 6 o'clock. That's about 20 minutes from now. You got
Yes.
a lot of other cool stuff happening around town. So if you're up for it, get out and see some live music. And we'll come back in 2 weeks. We've got Big Cat Matt and the Rockabilly Corner will be with you next week. And awesome music as well, and Matt's a lot of fun. We'll come back on the 21st. What did I say? A band called The Brink.
The Brink.
Yes. And we'll do it up again then, all right? All right, Kurt, why don't you get your guitar and get us out of here pretty soon, all right? It's Open Mic Radio, KOPN Columbia, 89.5 FM. We're streaming on the web at kopn.org. Think about subscribing to that podcast, and you can hear all this stuff at your leisure.
And thanks for sharing your afternoon with us. We
Absolutely.
appreciate it.
And
including us in on everything.
You bet. Come on back next week. Listen to Big Cat Matt, and we'll be back with you in 2 weeks from now with The Brink. In the meantime, take care of yourselves, be cool to other people, and we'll catch you on the flip side.
Open Mic Radio. Make sure if you can, you call your mothers. Happy Mother's Day.